I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate, and we're bringing you another episode of I'm Moving to North Carolina, Now What? Today's episode is going to be a doozy. Questions to ask your real estate agent before you sign a contract with them. And by that contract, I'm talking about an agency agreement where you are choosing to work with them to either list your home or to buy a property. So we're going to give you a few tips here to follow so that the next time you speak with somebody, you are ready and raring to go. So number one is communication. This is key. Give them your expectations. Let them know about past experiences that you've maybe had either from friends that have relayed experiences or even you personally if you've bought or sold a home. The other thing is ask them, what's the best method of communication? Is it texting? Is it email? Is it phone calls, carrier pigeon? Whatever works for you, but you want to make sure that aligns. Another big one that I think a lot of folks forget to ask in regards to communication is if they're unavailable, who is the secondary point of contact? That also means that if you are listing a home and are unavailable, because sometimes we eat, sleep, or have to do other things like be with our family, who is the person who's receiving those phone calls about your listing? You just want to make sure that you're in the know and that you're not missing an opportunity to either buy or sell because your agent isn't available, or that you're held in limbo with questions that are maybe time sensitive not being answered because your agent can't answer the phone. The second thing is negotiations. Ask them how they negotiate. Especially on the listing side, you want to find out, are they going to call for multiple offers? Are you comfortable for that? Are they going to call for highest and best? If there's information that needs to be relayed to all of the agents who have shown the home or are considering offers, how do they get that information in front of them? So ask them about an opportunity they had to negotiate and how it came out on the better side, both on the listing or the purchasing side. You just kind of want to see the strategies and maybe what you're playing with. The third thing is recent changes in either real estate rules or, for example, our real estate contract. A key factor in making sure you've got an agent that's apprised of a current market is if they can tell you some of the rule changes that have actually happened that previous July. Every year our contract gets updated and changed, and some years it's pretty uneventful. It might just be changing some legalese and some verbiage to make things a little bit more clear. And then in other years, it could be a game changer. One of the big things that's changed over the course of time is the fact that things like Ring doorbells have become pretty common in homes, or home gym equipment is also becoming pretty common just because of the world that we've been in for the last few years. Those types of things are now considered fixtures. They stay with the home. So I would hate for you to list your home and to take those pictures and think everything's all comfy cozy, and then on closing day, lo and behold, you have to leave behind some precious things that you hadn't intended to include with the contract. The other thing is contract loopholes or any adjustments that on the listing side you might need to be aware of that your timeline could then be affected. So think about if you have a domino effect contract. If your buyer delays closing by 7 days, that means that your purchase on the next step is going to get delayed by 7 days. Is that going to mess anything up? Will it mess up your financing? What if somebody ends up in breach of contract? What happens? So just make sure your agent can kind of speak to some of those changes and updates, or even things like when it comes to marketing. For example, coming soon status changed as of about 1.5 years ago, where coming soon now counts as days on market. How does that affect their strategy? Which leads me into number 4, how are they going to market your property? Homes that are listed in MLS can sell as high as 17% higher and faster than homes that are just listed on third-party websites. You think about the fact that most buyers that are connected to MLS are ready and willing and active buyers. Those are the types of folks that you want to be marketing to. Also, are they going to do things like open houses? Is that something you're comfortable with? If you're still living in the home, there might be some things that are hard-nosed that you don't want to commit to as far as marketing is concerned. And then the 5th one, ask them this one. Stats they're proud of. Is there something that they've accomplished that they can speak to that really kind of explains their business strategy or their business model? If somebody can't tell you the highlights of their business or the things that they've done well, that should be a red flag. And then another pro tip is be really careful asking questions like, how many deals have you done, or how long have you been in the industry? While yes, those are valid questions, you have to take every piece of data with a grain of salt. For example, if you have an agent who may have been in the industry for 20 years, but has only done 10 deals in that amount of time, versus an agent who's been in the market a year, but has done those 10 deals this year, one might actually have more relevant data and strategy and knowledge than the other one. So again, just make sure when you're vetting them and asking questions, you're looking at the whole gamut and you're taking everything and making comparisons appropriately. I'm Laura Richardson with Relevate. Be sure to follow us by subscribing to our channel and making sure you're getting all the updates on new information, tips, tricks, and otherwise. You can listen to us on Spotify, and if you have any other questions, feel free to drop those in the comments below, and we'll be sure to follow up with you. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.